Hello, dear learners. I am Ma'am AiraJoy David, your homeroom guidance teacher. Homeroom Guidance, Quarter 1, Module 1, entitled Level Up Your Study Habits. For the learner, this module is designed to help you in academic-related needs, concerns affecting your individuality, relationship with others, and interaction in the community, interests, talents, and skills discovery, which will help you to explore future career options and opportunities. This module has 6 interactive activities for you to follow. First, let's try this, which will help you to get ready to learn. Second, let's explore this, which will guide you towards what you need to learn. Third, keep in mind, which will give you the lessons that you need to learn and understand. Fourth, you can do it, which will help you to apply the lessons learned in daily activities. Fifth, what I have learned, which will test and evaluate your learning. And lastly, share your thoughts and feelings, which will help you express your thoughts, opinions, and feelings. Make sure to read, think, follow, and enjoy every task that you are asked to do. Before we start to our first activity, let's read the learning objectives. At the end of this module, you are expected to: Number 1, discuss your practices of effective study habits. Number 2, identify different ways in improving study habits. Number 3, improve study habits plan. In this module, you will discover your areas of strength and identify your weaknesses in studies. You will learn about your learning style, tips on how to organize your study time, and ways to improve your school performance. As you advance into grade 8, you will be progressing to a new set of lessons which demand more of your time and effort in school and at home. Let's try this. How do you study well? Recall your study habits when you were in grade 7. On a piece of paper, list down the steps and strategies of studying lessons in your preparation for a quiz or exam. On a piece of paper, write your answer to the following questions. Number 1, did you find it easy to share your study habits with your family members and why? Number 2, how do you plan to improve your study habits during this time of pandemic? Let's now proceed to our next activity, which is entitled My Study Habits, Effective or Not Effective. The following statements are some of the study habit practices. Check the yes column if you practice it and the no column if you don't. Copy and answer it on a piece of paper. Then, categorize these study habits whether they are A. Effective study habits, B. Ineffective study habits. Let's answer the processing questions. Number 1. Based on your answers above, what did you realize regarding your study habits? Number 2, how do you feel about it? Are you happy? A little bit sad? Contented? Worried? Why? Our next activity, entitled Our Family's Best Award. Number 1. Request your family members or anyone available in your household to be in one place during dinner or any free time for collaborative discussion for this activity. If no one is available, connect to your family or friends through social media like Facebook or Twitter. Number 2. On a clean sheet of paper, list down the names of the family members and their roles. Number 3. Ask each member regarding their best experience or academic award received during their school days or any appreciation they got when they were still young. Number 4. Let them identify their strategy or study habits that make them receive such award. Number 5. Solicit any idea among family members on the effective ways to learn during this time of pandemic. And then, list down the ideas shared by family members that you think may help you to plan and prepare for your study. Let's proceed to the processing questions. Number 1. Did the activity help you discover other effective study habits from your family members or friends that suit your personal preference or personality? Number 2, is it important to have study habits which suit one's personality? Why? Let's review. Recall the good study habits given by your family members. Write at least 5 of them on a piece of paper. What possible effect could it yield if you adopt some or all of those? Today, you will discover more on your study plan. Now, let's proceed to activity number 3, my weekly log and study plan. On a whole sheet of paper, copy and accomplish your usual weekly study log guided by the following format. Number 2, fill out your hourly schedule on a day-to-day basis. For example, your class is from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and so forth. Fill out the log covering the time allotted. Number 3, now write also the pre-planned activities or social appointments. Examples are watching television and playing basketball. Number 4, next, write down free time or time for relaxation on the log. Lastly, write down the self-study time on the log. I have here a sample weekly log. Please answer the processing questions. Number 1, was it easy for you to accomplish the activity or not? Why? Number 2, did you devote time in improving your school performance? Are you satisfied with it? Why? Number 3, do you have a plan to change or improve it? And why? Let's proceed now in our lesson proper. Our topic for today, good study habits. Being successful in school requires a high level of study skills that must be first learned practice, and develop in order to be successful. Once developed, the job or studying and learning will become easier and smarter. To help you establish good study habits that fit your personality, take time to listen and read the topics below. Number one, know what your dominant learning style is. Learning style refers to how an individual is able to learn and remember information. We have three different learning styles. Number one, visual learners. Many authors and researchers tell that you learn best in seeing and showing. Learners who are visual learners tend to appreciate printed handouts and resources that reinforce educational concepts. Writing down information will help process and remember it. Second, auditory learners. Choose verbal instruction. Some learners learn best from hearing and speaking, and are comfortable learning and talking and tend to engage easily in conversation. And lastly, tactile kinesthetic learners prefers being physically engaged in the learning process. Markova and Powell stipulated that these learners are best engaged through experiencing and doing. They prefer to write things down themselves and will remember best when they are documenting their own goals and progress. Number two, create a smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Number three, make your study time a part of your routine. Know which time of the day you will learn. And number four, establish your study zone. Some like a quiet place while others want a little noise. Use gadgets like laptops, cell phones, and tablets wisely. Let's have some pointers to level up your study habits. Letter A. Set a clear academic goal or grades for this school year. Letter B. Identify your effective study habit practices that were proven helpful to get your target grades or academic goals. List down so you could count and recall. Letter C. Determine your ineffective study habit practices that were proven to be bad for your school performance. Enumerate them so you could count and remember easily. Letter D. Now that you are in grade 8 and given the current setup of your studies, try to choose from your effective study habit practices that you can still apply this school year. Letter E. Identify those that are effective but not to be modified due to change of learning modality. Letter F. Add other study practices which you think are lacking. For instance, having a regular area or space to set up your modules, notebooks, and other materials. Schedule a consultation with your teachers. Letter G. Display your academic goal and effective study habit practices in your study area as a reminder for you to do it all the time. Using the things you learn from this module, complete the following sentence. Number one, I know that my study habits work well if. Number two, I know that my study habits do not work well if number 3, I know I am faithful to my study plan if number 4, my goal for making my study plan is, and lastly, for my study habits to work, I need to. And for our last activity, share your thoughts and feelings. On a sheet of paper, answer the following questions. Number 1. What are 3 possible problems which might block the application of your plan and improve study habits? Number 2. How will you deal with these problems? You may follow this format. And that ends our session. I hope you enjoy and learn in our topic today. Goodbye!